Hi everyone, welcome to my readings. I'm just gonna get it started. This is going to be for air signs, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We just finished up the earth signs, so let's get started. These cards are a little hard to juggle, so bear with me. Collective messages for the air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All messages of love, light, strength, healing, and power. For the highest good of all concerned. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the crowning energy is the Death card. And then we have Ace of Swords in reverse, the Hanged Man reversed, Eight of Swords reversed, Page of Wands, and underneath the deck is the Five of Swords. You guys are busy. You guys are really busy. Your brain is at maximum capacity, I can tell. Even though that the mental is your space, that's your environment, that's your nature, I don't feel like it's working all that properly. I get that you're air signs, for whoever this resonates with. I get, like, not unlike the previous reading I did where it was like coming out of the hermetic mode. This is more of like coming out of like trying to figure out a plan rather than being more internally focused. It's more about drawing up a strategy, maybe even like look I don't know why I want to say this, looking for a way out. With the Eight of Swords in reverse, yeah, you're kind of like right after death. Like, it's kind of like, yeah, I've dealt with the lies, I've dealt with the bull. I'm ready to like get myself out of this hanged position of contemplation, of overthinking, and not a lot of understanding as far as what I feel I should be doing. And I feel like there's this whole thing of letting go. Like, there's this, you know what? I don't have to know anything. And this does kind of like go with, if you guys have any like prominent Earth placements, go watch the Earth one. This kind of correlates with it a little bit. The Page of Wands, yeah, there's this like I don't know, I'm hearing like a new journey. There's also like a new hope. There's a new process that you're kind of putting your eggs into this basket, and I'm literally hearing that quote. I'm over the drama. I'm over that shit. And you're just trying to have a fun time because it hasn't been fun for a long time. Hence the whole hanged man thing. Like, you've been putting extra attention onto something. I feel like for you air signs that this resonates with, that resonate with this. You're done worrying. You're done worrying and you're done leaving the process in the hands of others. You're letting go of pleasing others. And I feel like in the last reading, there was like an emphasis on the inner child. And I get that this is kind of an echo of that. Maybe not an echo, but like it resonates with that a little bit. Like you're kind of like bringing more fun into your life. You're ready to bring in something better for yourself, especially when it comes to like doing things and for yourself as opposed to doing things for others and putting that as a priority. Because I feel like a lot of you are air signs, as you know, as flighty as other people may consider you to be, I still think that you are very focused. You're very focused on your social interactions, your social relationships. Excuse me, I need some water. You're very focused on. I'm hearing very focused on needing to see and hear more than what is being delivered to you at any given moment. And that especially comes. I don't know why. I just heard tax season. This might like have more relevance. I guess it is tax season, isn't it? But you're good at following instructions. Just not down to the letter. I guess you guys kind of freeball it, you know? You guys enjoy a more free form way of doing things, which I totally respect, and I feel like that usually gives more interesting results, more dynamic results, and progress. But I feel like you guys need to dot your I's and cross your T's when it comes to finance and relationships, people in particular. Like, have a good heart, it's kind of like, if we're gonna go with the child analogy, because here I'm seeing the Page of Wands, like, he's chilling, he's happy, he's like on his rocking horse, and he's just trying to have fun. And not necessarily in an F boy kind of way, you know, like, or girl, fuck boy, whatever, you know, whatever applies. But I'm getting you're at that point where you're like, all right, I'm tired of this bullshit. I'm gonna make a playground for myself, and it's gonna be the best playground ever. So you do, and you know, you invite people over, and it's great as long as they're cool with like playing fair. So then trouble rounds a corner and some neighborhood punks show up and they're like, hey, we want to play in your yard too, we want to play in your playground, and you're just kind of like, yeah, sure, but you gotta pay the toll. And they're like, well, what's that? Well, you basically have to sign in blood that you're not going to fuck with me. And like, I don't care what happens out of this place, but here you're going to abide by my rules. And if not, like, flip off. I don't care. And I feel like a lot of people around you are considering that what you just said. You know, I think you're being a little more guarded and a little more exacting and discerning with your inner circle, your social group, and who you're allowing into your energy. And vice versa, you know, you don't want to be around the energy of others that you just aren't cool with. And I'm also getting like the whole like release toxicity vibe, you know. But yeah, I feel like for those of you that are in the midst of this, like I think there is a great change happening, and it's very visible. And I feel like your past masks, for better or for worse, they are falling off. They're cracking. They're falling off, and you can breathe again. And you're kind of like, oh, good. I don't have to play this shit anymore. I don't have to play the game anymore. I'm gonna play my own game, which is enjoy myself to the fullest, you know? And live by my own rules. I'm getting like very I wanna be a cowboy, baby. Like I wanna like live by my own rules. I want to like live off the fat of the land on my own terms, and anyone who thinks they can stop me can kick rocks, you know? And I do feel like people are intimidated by this. They find this very powerful and very uncharacteristically, it's an uncharacteristic display of power for my air signs that this resonates with. And I feel like you're kind of like, get with it, get with the times, get with the program. If you can't keep up with me, then you're not meant for me. You're not meant to be here. And hearing, I resonate with that. You know, they call this age the Great Resignation because of all the jobs and stuff, but honestly, I think it's deeper than that. It's, to me, it's also about resigning from things in general that don't vibe, you know, like people, places, things, situations, situationships, uh, jobs, what have you. Like, if it's not treating me well, then I won't have it. I won't stand for it. That's the vibe I'm getting. Any advice for my air signs? I'm gonna try that again. Because, I mean, you're very much in your power right now. I think, like, there might be a little shakiness here and there. You feel a little exposed, I'm not gonna lie. However, I think you're getting a little addicted to this feel of power. Like, you've tasted blood and now you want more. Not in, like, a murderous way. You're just, like, you know, you're getting your pound of flesh, and you're kind of like, this is what I deserve. This is what I've been mismanaging, I'm hearing. This is what I've been mismanaging this whole time. And now that it's starting to flow steadily, maybe to and fro, you know? Now that, like, there's flow ebb and flow, to and fro, stop and go. That's what makes the world go round. But now that that's happening, you're kind of like, this feels good. This feels like change. This feels like movement. And 1515, I just saw that. Yeah, like a divine change. That's really good. It's like a necessary change. It's a cleansing. Like, I also suggested to the last group, get a cleansing. Do a cleansing bath, a smoke cleansing, you know. Spiritual, energetic hygiene. And I forgot with this Five of Swords. Ooh. You know, this is the thing to fight for. It really is. Like, if there was ever a thing to, like, be oppositional about, it's this. Like, here we have the Queen of Swords, the Magician, and the Four of Cups in reverse. And then this, I use this as an oracle card. It came with the deck. It's just part of the, it's from the same artist, you know, just an example of their art. But I use it as an oracle card a little bit, and with the whole thing of like, this is something to fight for. This, if you were gonna fight for anything, it's this, yourself. You know, your self-respect, your self-worth, your self-accomplishment, self-confidence, and I feel like this might be for someone specific, but it could be general. I'm hearing, don't be so needy, don't be so sweet. You need to be a little more exacting. You need to, like, step into that Queen of Swords, not reversed, you know? Like, it needs to come back to this. You need to notice the single bird flying above her head. She's of one thought, you know? Like, she's very focused. And what did I say about you guys at the beginning? You guys are very good at focusing. She's very, like, she's even doing the thing, like, I see something and I go for it, you know? Like, the energy is like, I'm not trying to be distracted by the needs of others, because I feel like air signs aren't necessarily the most lovey-dovey, but their actions, their displays of affection, they're very powerful when you know what to look for, you know? And obviously this goes like case by case basis, but you know, I feel like with air signs, once you know what an air sign likes, that's kind of what they want to replicate for you. They're like, I know logically this pleases me, so I'm gonna try to please you with something similar. And I don't think that you're in trouble of being too gratifying towards others. I'm not like, I'm just saying, you know, like, I'm not trying to call you out or anything. I'm just saying, like, the energy I'm getting is you're not going to be considered way too nice or way too like meek and mild, but I feel that people may misconstrue certain aspects of you in similar ways to that, because I just feel like your aloofness can come off as like, oh, you can do whatever to even to me and I don't care, you know? It's kind of like, people will take advantage of that, you know? Like, every sign has their thing, you know? And I'm a water sign, a water sun. So, obviously, a water sign would be like, if you're a little too sweet, if you're a little too comforting towards others, if you're a little too, like, if you kind of like, what am I trying to say? You know, like, don't focus on other people so much. And with air signs, it would be like, don't stay silent about your needs so much. You know, like, I feel like for you guys, your words are strong, you know? Words are air element. So, like, I get like a lot of air signs probably like keep their words to themselves to not sound like a jerk or not to like rock the boat or whatever. But I think now that you've seen in this change, this death card situation, you've seen what your words can do. You've seen how your words can handle a lot of problems that you've been trying to, I don't know, sidestep or avoid or something. This has been affecting your manifestation. And this has definitely affected your self-confidence. I don't feel like you feel down. I just feel like you've been muted. You've been relegated to like wallflower status, and that's not an air sign at all. You're the social butterflies. You're you're the driving fresh air that brings like life to a party, you know? Like, it brings a freshness, it brings like an ability for sustaining, you know? It's it's like you have, that's why I did earth and air together. You guys are opposite sides of the same coin of sustainability, both in very different ways. Um, but you're necessary for life, you know. Um, no use crying over spilled milk, you know. Like, there's no more need for alassing, you know. Like, alas, why didn't this work out? Like, I'm I'm just stuck with 3 toppled cups. No, you have 2 perfectly good cups. You just gotta like choose to see it that way. You're still not looking at the bigger picture. And it's probably because you need to take a few steps back. Air signs. And with this card, I see like, it's supposed to be like that. It's like a winterscape. And again, oh, that was the last one, the last reading. Again, this, they're not, they're a little similar, yeah, but like the Earth reading, I don't know, maybe like check it out. It might resonate with it. This really does like remind me of like this month in February. Like, it's gonna be a very winter focused kind of change, and I feel like that makes a lot of sense because it's more about what can you do for yourself during this time? How can you let yourself grow and sustain yourself in a seemingly desolate wasteland, which it isn't necessarily. But I mean, this is winter. We're in the middle of winter. This is a time of pause, you know? Like, this is a time of storing your reserves for survival so that you could make it to spring, you know, and start anew. But you have to make it through winter first. And I feel like don't. I told you that no one's gonna mistake you for being. Excuse me. I don't usually talk this much. I told you no one's going to mistake you, air signs, for being too lovey-dovey. But also, turning this Queen of Swords right side up doesn't mean, I mean, sure, it's like a 180 kind of thing, but as far as in like putting it into action, it's not about turning around and holding a knife to someone's throat and saying, do this or else. You have to have, you know, a tempered approach to this. So essentially, this is telling me you don't want to be left out in the cold after you've cut everyone off. So keep it chill, you know, like set boundaries, set healthy, wonderful, strong boundaries, clear boundaries. But don't, you know, don't lose your head over this, and don't cut anyone's head off of it. Don't cut anyone else's head off that doesn't deserve it, you know, like, be fair about it. And this does come as like a new calling I'm hearing. It's like a new call for you to reassess your life, your limits, the way you send your own message into the world. Again, like, this is the last time I'm saying it, but if you guys are resonating with this, go check out the Earth reading. Gabriel played a role in the other reading, and in this reading, I'm just gonna say, like, take a lesson from that. You know, like, take a lesson from the whole, like, if I'm gonna herald a new day, then I'm gonna have to, like, be as altruistic about it as possible. It's gonna be for me, but I want it to be a loving message, you know? Like, I want to say, like, in order to love myself better, I have to step back from a lot of things in my life. If that includes you, it's not a bad thing, you know? I'm not angry or anything. It's just, anyone know this quote? I'm not pushing you away. I'm pulling me towards myself, you know? Let me know if you know where that's from. The Hermit in reverse, and then the King of Pentacles. Time to show up for yourself. It's time to... It really is time to, like, let yourself shine, in a way. Like, again, you've been downplaying yourselves, and I feel like you're in a place of feeling a little exposed, but I feel like that's good for you. This is a necessary change. Two of Discs, Ten of Swords, And the Knight of Wands. Or the Son of Wands. Wow. I'm getting a very look at all of this. Look at all the doubles. I'm hearing you have to double your chances for success in life. And that means being good at multiple things. Like kind of multitasking, but more about being multifaceted, multi-skilled, and that includes finding that balance, finding that. I'm hearing being a Renaissance man, woman person, being that Renaissance person that can do it all, can be it all at their own discretion. So it's kind of you have many masks that you wear. Whatever mask that needed to fall off did, and you're probably still letting things fall off, but I also get these can be useful to you in a Majora's Mask kind of way. Each one has its own purpose. Don't live behind any of them, but use them as you see fit. Because in the last reading, I'm hearing something similar. You're going to face opposition. It's not always going to be fun and sunshine. But that's fine. That's how we test our mettle, And that's how we stretch. That's how we build muscle. That's how we get notches under our belts, That's how we gain experience in the wilds. And I'm hearing luck is on your way in the form of messages. And I get that this is a fruition, a growth, a birthing effect. It's watch out for divine messages, synchronicities. Ask for advice, ask for synchronicities, guidance from your spiritual team and your divine family, your ancestors, your loved ones, angels, guardians, and guides, the ascended masters, supporters, healers, helpers, all of them. They have words of wisdom to share with you, and I feel like a lot of you guys could use it. So learn how to tap into that more. You got this. You're gold. Any clarification? Ooh. You're not seeing how this is all... You have to be a little more aware of how this is all affecting your stability, your ability to build something for yourselves. Gosh. Yes, I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, so yeah, with the opposition, again, remember that whole thing about if you want to be in my playground, you have to play by the rules, and you have to treat me well, and I won't accept anything less. And if they don't, kill them with kindness. It's kind of alright, if you don't want to play by my rules on my playground, then I invite you to go somewhere else. Have a great day. Peace. Laying it on thick And I know air signs are delicious when it, like, delicious deliveries when it comes to being snarky, being sly, being tongue in cheek, being sarcastic and cynical and dry as fuck. Like, yeah, you can still do that. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't take it too far again. Remember, like, you don't want to, like, burn bridges. Just, you're like, alright, well, it's kind of like, honestly, it's kind of like dealing with people. Like, sometimes you're going to need to treat them like a third grader, you know? Like, treat them like I have neither the time nor the crayons to explain this to you, so I'm just going to let this go, and I'm going to wish you well. Have a great day, you know? It doesn't have to be anything more than that. Be pleasant, and remember that when you are being pleasant, it's more about you holding positive space for yourself, even in the face of adversity. Put that in your back pocket. The moon, the gentleman, the ring, and then the lady here. How dare you bring a love reading into my home? I'm kidding. I'm very wary when I read about matters of love and romance. I'll talk about sex all damn day, but when it comes to romance, well, I will say, you're probably having a much needed reset when it comes to looking at and understanding what you think about love and relationships, what they mean to you, and figuring out what your role is. Like, are you the divine feminine? Are you the divine masculine? And also, like, I get that for some of you air signs, maybe you're really identifying with the role of the crone, and I respect that. Like, I respect it all. I'm just saying, like, that's great. And I get that some of you are just like, what does any of this mean for me? What does any of this mean to me? I don't know. And I think that's a really cool place to be, you know? Like, reassessing, rehashing, rebuilding, revisiting, recalibrating. Okay, this has gone on quite a while. One. Too many. Okay. Closing messages. I am kind and loving towards others while creating clear boundaries that protect my good feeling emotions. Blam. What have I been saying? Again, clear boundaries need a firm hand, but that hand also has to be able to be soft. You know, like, firm and soft, strong, but, like, yielding. Like, you have to understand that balance, that, like, you have to be all things. You have to be, well, you know, not all things, but you have to be both in order to, like, have a healthy equilibrium here. Remember that it's not wrong to state your clear boundaries. for protection. It's your God-given right, you know? Manifesting is the creative process of aligning the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. Yeah, this is a very, like, very expansive energy. Very air sign. Very Aquarius, which I believe we're going to into Aquarius sun, like, today. Right now. um... It's bigger picture, you know. It's like, remember when I succeed, the world succeeds kind of vibe. Remember that you don't have to focus on the dark clouds. All storms end, no storm lasts forever. Focus on the sunshine breaking through, you know, or even that tiny little white cloud. Sometimes I'm also hearing, like, it could be the bird of, like, a white dove of hope, you know, like, it's the potential for newness. Didn't we say, like, the new day? Anyway, that's your reading, air signs. Yeah, that's it. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for watching. And just thank you for staying here. And I hope we build a wonderful rapport with each other. And thank you for being here. Have a good week and peace.